Hello everybody and welcome to Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club episode 4. That was a 4 not a 3 anime review. This episode focused on I, and I really like I. You see what I did there? It was funny. It was a pun, you know? Oh god, is that what this is going to turn into? I hope not. That'd be bad. But yeah, no, this episode itself, I enjoyed it. Every time I say the word I, it's going to make me second guess myself now. See what you've done. See what you've done, Love Live. Not good. It was a good episode though. Me thought it was very good. I'm gonna have to speak like that now. Great. No, it was a good episode. Focused on I, as I said. She's pretty cool. I like her quite a lot. And the whole interesting stuff happened in this week's episode shows that it's gonna go into a different direction than the earlier shows, which is, you know, a pretty solid thing. Even though I like the originals, don't want a three-peat basically. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see exactly how everything went down, and do this thing. So after watching Setsuna at the end of last week's episode, I and Rina are now both want to do the school idol stuff too, so they go to the club to go hang out. The club is now, they've got a club room, it's very nice. I believe it's the same, you know, it looks the same as the one in the game, which is a good thing because, you know, matches. It's good. They show up and say, hey, we're going to join now because we saw the performance. Setsuna is a little bit embarrassed in the corner. She's just off to the side slightly and everything. And you is all like, yep, totally. It's so good, isn't it? Come join the club. Have fun. You know, her over-enthusiastic self, which is very nice to see. I, though, raises a good point. She's like, what exactly does a school idol club do? And they're just like, you know what? We're trying to figure that out ourselves right now. You've come at an opportune time. They have a meeting in the club room basically to discuss what the heck we're going to do next. Like, what performances are we going to do? What are they going to be like? And the problem with this, of course, is everybody has very, very differing opinions. And I is like, you know what? She's the one that sort of points that out. She's like, you know, you guys all sound like you're having a great old time, but none of your things are agreeing. You know, you all have very different ideas of what you want to do, but you all sound like you're having fun, so that's good. And that's what I want to do too. I want to have a lot of fun, which is fair enough. I forget what Rina said or if she actually said anything. I don't think she did. Kasumi was like, all right, we've got that. We'll put that on hold for right now, but before we get to actually thinking about performances, we got to do the preamble. We need to train. We need to grind for 7 years to capture all the legendary Digimon in the heart of the cards. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. They got to train is the important thing. They're going to split into, they said 2 groups, but then there was 3 groups. So it's like, Kasumi, can you not count? I don't want to believe that. Basically, there's the singing group, the dancing group, and the group that has Kasumi wearing glasses. That's the notable thing about that one. Kasumi Sensei, step on me, I believe is how people would respond to that. Not me. I'm not one of them weirdos. Apologies if you're a weirdo. It's cool. It's totally cool. We go to what I guess is the dancing crew first of all. We don't actually see them do any dancing. They're doing stretches. Kanata and Rina cannot stretch very far, especially Rina. Didn't really look like she was trying, to be honest. I, though, is very good at stretching, and she assists those two, helps them stretch further than they've ever stretched before by, I mean, I thought she was going to like push them and then their backs were going to crack or something. It was going to be like, ow, you put us in so much pain. But no, not exactly how it went. Apparently, we also learn now, I goes around helping all the sports clubs, sorry. So she is pretty active. I don't think stamina is going to be an issue for I, which is a good thing. Karin is there, she's watching, she's not joining, she just wants to see Emma in a good mood and all happy, and she gets blushed and embarrassed and everything. It's pretty nice. Then, as I said, we move on to the Kasumi Sensei group. Kasumi stole Setsuna's glasses and is now wearing them. Assume they're not prescription then, because you wouldn't be able to see much. I've got prescription glasses myself, and boy, when other people try them on, they're like, are you blind? And I'm like, yes, I am blind, thanks for noticing. So there's that. She asked them all the same question. I forget exactly what it is, but the important thing is here, all their answers are correct. There is no one right answer. on how to be a school idol, which is important, I guess. Life lessons for if you want to be a school idol. I doubt that. If you're watching, good luck, I guess. I don't have much else to add on that. Good luck. Then they go to singing practice, which at first I thought they were in just a karaoke booth, because that's what it looked like. But no, it's just a recording booth at school that you forget they're in the super duper high tech school, which has everything you could ever need. It definitely just looks like a karaoke booth, though. Here we learn some interesting stuff. I gives everyone nicknames. I've got to remember them all. You is Yu. Ayamu is Ayuban, I remember, because the bunny thing came back. Setsuna was just Setsu, easy. Was that everyone that was there? I think so. Rina was there, but she's obviously already got a nickname. I forget what it is, though. Brain fart, not good. What else do we learn there? We learn Setsuna is a full-on weeb. And I can approve of that. I am also a full-on weeb. Setsuna heavily fangirls. And then she's like, yeah, my parents don't like me watching anime. I'm like, screw your parents. Anime's great, as we can all agree. Everyone watching here, anime is the lifeblood of, I don't know, just the lifeblood. Let's just go with that. And then I eventually realizes, oh yeah, you're the student council president. Thanks for the thing with the dog. Or was it a cat? I think it was a cat, actually. The thing with the cat, thanks for assisting with that. That helps a lot. And she's like, no problem out. And then she's like, I'm going to check out that anime you guys are into, because you sound like you're having a great time. And at this point I was thinking, man, she's spreading herself very thin. She's just sort of going along with everyone else, which, in a way, kind of true. But hey, it's because she's having a good old fun time. She's there to have a fun time, and for everything to be fun is what I is all about. They all reconvene, eat some cookies. They might not have been cookies, but I'm choosing to believe they were cookies. They're going to go running soon. Shizuku is still doing the 2 clubs, whereas I is still helping out with the other clubs. They're very admirable to be doing all this work. I would not do that much work because I was a bad student, but at the same time, they didn't exactly make it worth your while at my school. Rina says it's fun, with the most deadpan face ever. She's like, yes, I am having a good time. And it's like, are you sure, Rina? And she says she is, so I'll believe her. I says it's fun because everything is so different from other clubs. They're not the same at all. And then, of course, they all realize, okay, we've all been putting it off, but we're all thinking it. Maybe we should try not being a group. We should try being solo idols, which is massive when you think about it. How in the others, solo idols was never even really a consideration. They were always a group in Original and Sunshine. In this one, they've pretty much been like, no, we're not going to be a group. We're gonna be solo, which is it's an interesting way to take the plot. I think they did something similar in the game, although as I said, it's been a hell of a while since I played it, so I could be off. But yeah, looking forward to see where it goes from here. Looking forward to see how it plays out in the late stages. Like in the early term, it just means that their performances will be solo, but they're all still in the same club. When we get to like later things, like actual like tournaments, like the Love Live, like are they going to compete against each other? Who's going to win in that case? They're all going to end individually. They can't all win, that's not how that works. So interesting to see what they do with that later on. I is pondering this whole thing because there is more than one right answer. She needs to think about what kind of idol she wants to be. She's looking for her right answer, so to speak, because obviously they've all the others have sort of got what they want to be. I not entirely sure. So she is running. They're going to meet up for their jog. She leaves a solid 2 hours before she needs to be there, and is an hour early, which is, you're getting your exercise in, that's great, but you're going to be knackered by the time you meet up with everyone, Or maybe that's just me because I'm incredibly unfit. She's probably got, as I said, a lot more stamina than I do. Eventually, she runs into Emma, who also had a similar thing with how she woke up early and just decided to go for a little bit of an early run, much like I. Kindred spirits and all that. During Emma's conversation with I realizes that, hey, all the other clubs I was helping with, it's all team things. What's it going to be like on the stage by myself? How that's going to work? How that's going to be different? And then things get funny. Emma just starts accidentally making puns, and I giggles like a little schoolgirl because it was very funny, and I gave a chuckle too. I feel like I've got the same sense of humor where it's like puns always get like a out of me. Maybe not necessarily full-blown laughter, but you're always going to get a solid reaction from me, and that is fun. This type of puns that other people groan at, I live for that kind of stuff, that is for sure. Everyone is looking forward to the future now. Now that I and Rena have joined, everyone's been smiling more, and I is like, I see. She has this realization because she's so positive. She's lifting the room up. She's like, I see, I've got a realization now. She loves it when everybody has fun. That's what she's about, as I said earlier. Everyone having fun. She's the mood lifter. That's what she is. And then we get to her song. She just bursts into song. It's sort of like a Disney movie. They just burst into song randomly. That's basically what it is. But it was another good song. As I said, I'm not going to go super into the songs because I'm not qualified to talk about them, because I am musically illiterate. I liked it. It seemed to fit her character. The dances and everything, there were some hand gestures going on that all the kids were repeating. They were all having a fun time. Fun is the key word here, because fun, as I've mentioned about 5 times now, is what I is all about. After her song, we have the realization, like, even if they're alone on stage, they aren't really alone. All the hands are there together, even if there's only one of them really. Yu wants to see all of their performances, so I can only assume when all of the performances are done and Yu has witnessed them all, she turns Super Saiyan and then wins the Love Live with the flick of a finger without even having to sing. That's probably what happens. That's my official prediction for the end of the series. You can write that down, you can post that in. It's definitely going to happen. Post-credit scene, there is also one of them. Oh, it's windy outside, that's not good. Post-credit scene, we'll leave that in, it's fine. Yu is giggling, not even lickling, she's giggling. She's dying laughing at I and her horrendous puns. They're really good. I'm a big fan. That is my favorite thing that I does, is the puns. I'm glad we're all in agreement there. I think Ayamu also makes one, which was very funny too. And then the notable thing about this post-credit scene is not the puns being made, which were very funny. It's instead Emma looking to the sky, all forlornly. Not too sure what that could be about. Presumably, it means that the next week's episode is going to be an Emma episode, and the preview sort of backs that up. If I remember right, she's like from Switzerland, I'm going to say. So maybe it's going to be sort of homesickness related, maybe? I can't remember. I don't know if I got that far in the game for her to have a starring role. But that's what I'm thinking, maybe. I could be far off, though. Carrying could have something to do with it. Who knows? But what was my favourite part of this week's episode, though? An episode that I very much liked. I like all the episodes. It's my favourite thing right now. I'm not even joking. What was my favourite part of the episode, though? Let's check it out. So my favourite part is a very minor thing, but it's a thing I love, and I mentioned it already how much I love it. It's the puns. Puns are so funny. I hope it becomes a recurring thing without being overplayed. You know how hard it is in anime to have a recurring joke that doesn't become annoying because it's so overplayed? I really hope that they manage to do that, because I love puns personally, and it's my bread and butter. Love it a lot. I don't have much else to add on that. I just love puns, and I hope they work them in a smart way and don't annoy us with how often they're there. That's my only wish. My only wish. The episode itself, I wasn't too, originally, she was one of the ones I was like, yeah, she's there, but she's kind of whatever. I didn't actively dislike anyone. I don't actively dislike any of the girls. But no, this episode is another one of the episodes where I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're pretty good. I like you a lot. You're kind of good. Again, imagine that's going to happen every week. I like Setsuna even more now that I know she's an absolute weeb. Like, I identify with her on a spiritual level now, which is always good. Good stuff all around. Don't know what's up with Rena. She said, like, I'm not good at showing emotion. I'm like, no, it's not just you're not good at it. You're not just not doing it. So, presumably when we get to the Rena episode, they'll sort that out at some point. I mean, if you've seen almost any art of her, you know how they sort it out. So I won't spoil it just in case, but you know if you know. Let's just go with that. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff. For more reviews, that would help me out a lot. I've got a bit of a bad throat today, so if it shows, apologies. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Leave a comment. Tell me your favourite girl so far. And why, Don't tell me your least favourite, because that's not fun, That's just going to offend people. Just tell me your favourite. I'll see you next week, as I said, for presumably the Emma episode. Take care, and bye, guys.